Commander Zethkar of the Vraxian Empire studied the blue marble suspended in the void before them. Earth, such a simple name for what their intelligence deemed the most stubborn world in the galaxy. 5 separate species had tried to conquer it over the past century. 5 had failed spectacularly. "The humans are unusual," reported his tactical officer, Lieutenant Yix. The insectoid's mandibles clicked nervously. "Our predecessors underestimated them." Zethkar's scaled lips curled into what passed for a smile among his people. The Vraxians had watched the previous attempts with clinical interest. First came the Korthak hegemony, a proud warrior race that expected humanity to bow before their superior technology. The humans had surprised them by turning their own weapons against them, reverse engineering Korthak plasma rifles within months and improving upon the design. Then the Siltharian collective tried their approach, economic warfare and subtle infiltration. They assumed humans would sell their freedom for comfort and convenience. Instead, humanity had somehow convinced half the collective's merchant fleet to defect, offering them something the rigid collective never could: the freedom to choose their own destiny. The Nexari came third, beings of pure energy who considered biological life primitive. They attempted to digitize human consciousness to elevate them to a higher plane. The humans had thanked them politely, studied their technology, and then asked if they'd like to try ice cream and pizza while inhabiting temporary biological avatars. Somehow half the Nexari invasion force had decided to stay, finding physical sensation unexpectedly delightful. Fourth were the Kane, living metal beings who believed in the perfection of mechanical existence. They offered to upgrade humanity with cybernetic implants to free them from the weakness of flesh. The humans had agreed, partially. They took the useful upgrades and ignored the rest, creating a hybrid society that the Kane found simultaneously fascinating and horrifying. Many Kane stayed to study this inefficient but effective integration of organic and mechanical life. Now it was the Vraxians' turn, and Zethkar was beginning to suspect they'd misunderstood the assignment entirely. "Sir," Yix continued, "I've been analyzing the previous encounters. None of the species actually left empty-handed." "Explain." "The Korthak who remained established a joint research facility. They're now developing weapons for humanity's defense fleet. Against external threats, they claim. The Siltharian merchants founded the largest interspecies trading consortium in this sector. The Nexari who stayed have revolutionized human computing and entertainment. And the Kane," Yix paused, mandibles clicking rapidly. "The Kane who remained have integrated so thoroughly into human society that they're now considered a subspecies of humanity." Zethkar pondered this. The Vraxians were explorers and diplomats by nature, despite their current military approach. They'd chosen conquest only because it seemed to be the universal language when dealing with species that refused integration into the greater galactic community. "Open a communication channel to Earth," Zethkar commanded. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a human female with graying hair and kind eyes. She wore what appeared to be a simple blue suit, but Zethkar recognized the subtle technological enhancements woven into the fabric: Nexari energy systems, Kane structural supports, Siltharian adaptive materials, and what looked like Korthak personal shielding. "Greetings," she said in perfect Vraxian. "I'm Secretary General Maria Santos of the United Earth Alliance. We've been expecting you." "You have?" "Commander Zethkar of the exploration vessel Stellar Wanderer, correct? We've heard about your people from our new friends." She gestured, and the camera pulled back to reveal a diverse group standing behind her: Korthak warriors, Siltharian traders, glowing Nexari avatars, and gleaming Kane engineers. They speak highly of Vraxian curiosity and wisdom. Zethkar felt something he hadn't expected: embarrassment. "Secretary General Santos, I must confess we came here with hostile intentions." Santos smiled, a peculiarly human expression that somehow conveyed both amusement and warmth. "Yes, we know. It's a pattern we've noticed. You're the 5th species to arrive with conquest in mind. The others could tell you how that worked out." A Korthak warrior stepped forward, his scarred face bearing what Zethkar now recognized as contentment rather than defeat. "Commander," the warrior spoke in accented Vraxian, "I am General Throck. I came to conquer these humans and claim their world for the hegemony. Instead, I found something I never knew I was searching for." "Which was?" A people who fight not to dominate but to protect, not to destroy but to preserve. Throck's voice carried an odd reverence. They showed me that true strength isn't in forcing others to kneel, it's in inspiring them to stand. A Nexari being pulsed with soft blue light as it spoke. We offered to free them from physical limitations. Instead, they freed us from our own narrow perspectives. We learned that efficiency without joy is merely existence. Santos stepped forward again.
Commander, we know you're explorers at heart.
Your people have mapped more of the galaxy than any other species, driven by pure curiosity about what lies beyond the next star. That's not the behavior of conquerors, that's the behavior of kindred spirits. Zethkar found himself leaning forward. What are you proposing? Join us, Santos said simply. Not as subjects or rulers, but as partners. We're putting together something unprecedented. A true alliance of species working together not because they have to, but because they choose to. We're planning to explore beyond the galactic rim, to see what wonders await in the void between galaxies. Lieutenant Yix whispered urgently. Sir, our orders were to assess human military capability and report back for invasion planning. Our orders, Zethkar replied slowly, were to secure the Vraxian future. I believe this accomplishes that goal far better than conquest ever could. He turned back to the screen. Secretary General Santos, I believe we need to discuss this proposal in person. May we request permission to visit? Santos's smile widened. Commander, our door has been open since the moment you arrived. We'll have a diplomatic shuttle escort you down. And, Commander? Yes? Bring your families. Something tells me a lot of your people are going to want to stay. As the Vraxian fleet powered down its weapons and assumed a peaceful formation, Zethkar reflected on the strange truth his predecessors had discovered. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their tactics. It was their uncanny ability to turn enemies into friends, conquerors into protectors, and strangers into family. The galaxy was about to become a much smaller and infinitely larger place. 3 months later, the joint human-Vraxian deep space exploration vessel Harmony launched toward the galactic rim, crewed by representatives of 6 different species, all of them proud to call themselves citizens of Earth.